Welcome to Gotta Run. This is Will Sanchez. Thank you for tuning in. My special guest tonight is Alan Novie. He runs with Witold's Runners. He's a team captain. We're going to learn all about this fascinating group. And Alan, I'm thrilled to have Alan as a guest.
Thank you.
Alan, I want to first thank you for bringing Witold and Ursula to the show today. They're a fascinating couple.
Yes, they are.
I am beside myself. So, you were team captain with Witold's Runners, and your history is interesting. I was reading somewhere, perhaps you sent me some information about yourself, that you were basically a lone wolf for a long time, and Witold make notice of you,
Yes.
and he recruited you. But
Yes.
tell us how he did that.
Well, I was running by myself through, the neighborhood, Forest Park, and I was always running around the track and through the woods, and I would always see Witold and his team. And I would always see Witold and his team at the races that I was running. And, I wasn't competitive at the time. I mean, I was running, I was doing pretty well at the races. Witold, was eyeing me, and I was eyeing him, but at the time, he had a reputation of sometimes taking on runners and like burning them out. And so I was a little wary. But one day at a race in 2006, Witold came up to me, tapped me on the shoulder, and said to me, "I beat you." Now, he's 20 years older than I am. And I looked at him and I said to myself, if he's beating me and he's 20 years older than me, I better do something about that.
And you're no slacker.
I mean, I was pretty fast, but he didn't come up to me. He never came up to me until that day.
Okay.
When he beat me at the race in Central Park.
So he has a good eye. He saw something that you could improve.
Yes.
And you probably asked him, "Can I do better?"
Well, I didn't have any structure. I mean, I was just running myself, maybe with a friend once in a while, but I didn't have any structure. I didn't have any training. I wasn't on any program. I was just going out and doing miles.
You were a recreational.
Yeah, recreational
runner.
and a little competitive. I would run races for New York Road Runners. I did a couple of marathons. I ran the marathon,
Okay.
but I wasn't able to get over a hump.
Okay.
You reach a plateau and you just can't get over it.
Yeah.
And I needed somebody to guide me.
A coach.
I needed a coach.
And being coached, you have to agree to be coached.
Yes.
As you probably know, some people, they're looking for the right coach, but the problem is they never listen.
Right. Exactly.
But you were different. You listened. Is that because you knew of his history, or?
Well, I knew of his history, and I saw that his team performed, even at older ages, even in the Masters category. He was performing, and people all around him in the Masters category were performing and winning awards at the races. So I said, I want to be part of that. And when I joined the team, I'll never forget the first time I trained with Witold, and I saw the people who were my age and older than me. I was looking at them, I was eyeing at them. I said, I'm going to beat them. I'm going to beat them. And once we got around, we have a horse trail in Forest Park, and we train on the horse trail. And we did a loop around the horse trail. And, we started off, and I'm feeling so confident. And as soon as we took off, all these guys just blew me away. They blew me out. They killed me. And I was huffing and puffing at the end of that loop. And I was like, oh, my God, I got a lot to learn.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I stuck with it. Because I saw what kind of performance that these people, did.
Uh-huh.
And it was
master,
Witold.
So Masters is 40 or over.
Yes, 40 or
Okay.
over, but these people were 50 and over.
Really Masters.
And there was one that was 60 and over. And they were just, speedsters. And I wanted to join them.
Excellent. And you have.
And I have. And, the people that we have in the group, super dedicated runners, super dedicated.
That's interesting. Super dedicated. That doesn't mean you guys run 100 miles a week.
No.
What does that mean?
It means that we are dedicated to the training program that Witold lays out for us. We follow it. We follow the training on the weekends when we meet. We meet as a team every Saturday and Sunday in Forest Park. And then during the week, he gives us a training schedule. So we'll either a few of us will meet in the morning, like early morning on a Wednesday, and do a Wednesday workout, as well as the weekend workout. So that's the kind of dedication.
Okay. So how many days a week is it?
Well, we run 6 days a week, but not necessarily all together. We run 3 days a week together.
Okay.
Twice on the weekend, and then 1 day during the week.
Okay. So you run Saturday and Sunday. What kind of runs are you doing on those weekends?
Well, this is the schedule. We always do 1 hour in the woods, not on trails, not on horse trails, but in the woods themselves, up and down
Very
the hills.
technical.
It-
Rocks.
twigs, roots, everything. And we do that for strength and endurance.
This is on a Saturday.
This is on Saturday and Sunday. That's part of the training.
Okay.
Saturday is, quote, the easy day, where we only do 1 hour in the woods, and then we would do 1 medium loop on the horse trail in Forest Park. That's the easy day. Sunday,
It's the hard one.
we'll do an hour in the woods. Then, let's take this past Sunday. We did 3 1.1 mile loops on the horse trail, and then we would do 1 2-mile loop on the horse trail.
This is the theory of going to the point of exhaustion.
Yes.
So at what point are you exhausted? Sounds exhausting, you know.
We're exhausted after. I mean, on Sunday. We're exhausted after the trainings, the entire training. I mean,
Yeah.
once we get to the final loop, that 2-mile loop, we're pretty beat.
exhausted.
But we push.
Uh-huh.
We push, and the reason we push is because Witold's with us, and
He's leading.
90% of the time he's completing it. You know, so how could we, as a team, say, if we have an
Coach.
83-year-old coach who's completing the training?
So you're saying he takes full advantage of his age,
Yeah. Yes, he does. Yes,
and he
does.
never complains.
No, he doesn't complain.
And the weather doesn't matter. You know,
No,
if it's too
we're-
cold,
We're on a 12-month training schedule,
amazing.
outside. We don't train inside.
it's okay. Well, in fact, you do some of those piggyback running.
Yeah, you know, we've carried each other on our back.
Now, is that the Wednesday drill?
No, that's, you know, when he feels that we have to have really strength training, that's when we start doing that.
Where you carry each other.
Yeah.
I did 1 year, it was called platoon training. I did 1 year of out in Central Park where we did all running and calisthenics and workouts using benches, using Central Park as our gymnasium, the
Yeah.
same way you
We use Forest Park.
And one day, for whatever reason, we did this piggyback, and it's the first time I've done it. And I really enjoyed that. And you know what I remembered the most about that? When I was carrying my person, you know, he obviously had his arms around me. I'll never forget what he told me. He says, "I can feel your heartbeat." You know, you don't hear that too often. You know, you
No.
can feel my heartbeat. You know, I'm always feeling great, but I didn't feel his. You know, I said, I don't know. You know?
Well,
I guess he had the right
maybe you were
place.
nervous.
So you feel each other's heartbeats that way.
Well, we do a lot of stuff like that. I mean, we climb up fences. We do chicken fights.
What's a chicken fight?
A chicken fight is when you're bending down, when you bend down,
Yeah.
and you're pushing each other.
Ah, okay. Resistance.
Yes, resistance.
Okay. Okay. So not only you use nature as part of your equipment, you use each other's body weight and your own body weight.
Yes, yes,
That's fascinating.
yes.
And you save a little bit of money on gym dues.
That's right. That's right.
And then what happens? So you guys obviously get a lot sweaty and so forth. You still go out to brunch, or do you shower someplace, or how does that work?
No, we all go home.
You all go home?
Yeah, we all go home after we train.
Okay, and then when do you get together for camaraderie?
Well, we have picnics. We have, like before the marathon, we always have a pre-marathon gathering at a pizza place. We go out for steak dinners from time to time at a local restaurant, and we have our annual holiday party. And one of the best things is we always travel to races together as a group.
Okay.
So we're always, we set a time when we're going to meet at the subway station. We know we're going to be on the platform at a certain time. We all go together.
Okay, and you're the team captain?
Yeah, I
so
usually
you
set up the
coordinate that.
schedule, and yeah.
So, for example, this past year, the New York City Marathon, you all went together? You know,
Yes.
how big is the group are you?
Well, last year there was about 8 of us who did the marathon. Now, let's say like the Staten Island half, there were about 17 of us.
Okay.
We all got together. We all took the train to the
Oh, you
ferry.
mean the 17 participants?
Yes.
And probably a few cheerleaders, too.
Well, not in Staten Island so much, but
Oh, because it's wide open
yeah.
there. There's no trees,
Yeah.
I heard.
No, it's flat and it's open.
Open.
But we all, the whole experience of the day with the subway and the ferry and getting there and starting and finishing and meeting each other.
Okay. Now, when you run Staten Island, is that because we're told pick that race? Or
No, that's a team race.
the team. Oh, because okay,
It's
team points.
Yes, team points
Okay.
race.
All right, all right. You want to be competitive. Okay.
So we'll run all
The team
all
points. So let's go back to the beginning,
Mm.
Alan. Tell us where you were born and something about your growing up years.
Well, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, so I'm a New Yorker. I'm a Brooklyn boy. I went to school there. I went to public schools there, but I didn't run. I was a street athlete. I played touch football, and I played basketball,
Stickball.
football. But I wasn't an organized athlete, and I never was. And I went to high school there. I went to college at City College,
What did you major in?
theater.
Excellent.
Yes.
So did you?
I didn't pursue it. No,
Pursue it.
no,
You're not
no.
an actor
No,
today.
actually, I am an actor. I'm in the clothing business, so it's basically the same thing.
You model clothing or you sell clothing?
I manufacture clothing,
Oh,
and I also sell it. So
interesting.
basically,
And you do this in Queens?
no, I do it in Manhattan.
Manhattan.
I have a company that produces leather.
So this is made in the USA?
No, it's made overseas.
Overseas?
So I travel overseas all the time.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, people always say it's very tough to get fabrics and to get embroidery.
Yeah.
We just don't make those materials.
No,
You got to
no.
go to overseas.
Yes. yes.
Okay. What's the name of your company?
World Source,
And what kind of clothing?
leather,
Like
leather apparel.
bombers, jackets?
Bombers, jackets, pants, vests, sportswear,
So
all
what kind of
sorts of leather.
customers?
We deal with basically brand name customers. They come to us to make their leathers. They're not leather experts, like sportswear companies. But
So if the Hell Angels wanted to get a new jackets, they would come
they
to
might
you
come
and
to me,
design
yes,
it?
to design it, help them choose the leather, and then have it produced overseas for them.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your first career move after college?
I was a store manager, a clothing store manager. So really, that's what transitioned me into getting into this business.
Okay. Were you a salesman?
I was a salesman. I was a manager in the clothing store, so I did a lot of different
So you were
things.
in a retail business?
Yeah, it was a retail business.
That's a tough business. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to have a lot of customer support. You have to deal with difficult customers because this is New York.
You have to learn how to deal with people.
Deal with people.
Yes, and in New York, there's a lot of different types of people.
So did you develop your skill set at that time, or you already had people skills?
I would say that between the acting, the theater, that kind of thing, that kind of training, and then doing it on a daily basis in a store, that gave me more people skills. The people in dealing with a lot of different types of people.
Okay.
And one of the things about our club,
Yeah.
talking about our running club, is that we have so many different types of people. We have people from all different backgrounds, all different ethnicities, and to me, that's what makes Witold's runners so special, because we have people from Ireland, from Turkey, from Poland, South
Nations.
America, from Brooklyn, so we're from everywhere. And I'm telling you that bringing all those voices together, not just for running, but just to talk about your lives together, is very, very, very interesting and important.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's what the running does as well. When we line up in Central Park for a race, and we see all the vast amounts of people around us. At our ages, I'm 63, to get that energy, it keeps you vibrant, you know? That feeling of community when you're standing at a starting line and you're seeing people younger than you, you're seeing people your own age, but mostly younger than you at this stage of the game. The level of empowerment that you get is just, you can't beat it.
There's a documentary. We run New York, and it covers several teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to boxing, where somebody from a working class environment can move up by excelling.
West Side Runners. Bill Staub is the coach.
Yes, I know
And
Bill.
he's the Witold of the West, because his team is all migrant runners.
Yes, yes.
And so when you describe, oh my God, this is the West Side Runners Club. And Queens, of course, is one of the most, probably is the most diverse
Yes.
borough of the 5 boroughs.
It's the most diverse place in the United States, actually.
All right, all right. So here you are, you're a clothing manager. So it sounds like at some point you decided you wanted to be your own business person.
Yes.
So how did that come about?
I was working, I got into the other side of the clothing business. I wanted to be a buyer for a store, for a big store. So I went into a couple of training programs, and I ended up working for Gimbals. And then I started working for a company that's no longer in existence called Montgomery Ward.
Gimbal's no longer in existence too.
Right. I became a buyer for them.
Montgomery Ward.
Yes.
I thought they were like a mail order.
No, they were like Sears.
Sears, okay.
Like Sears. They had mail order and they had retail.
For some reason, I remember them as mail order.
Well, because they didn't have any stores in New York. So, they were basically based, everything was outside of New York.
Oh, okay. And you were a buyer for
I was a buyer for men's outerwear.
outerwear.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I was doing that, and then I went to work for a wholesale company selling outerwear. And while I was working there, I said to myself that I really wanted to start my own business. So in 1992,
You started.
I started World Source. At the time I was by myself. I took a trip around the world to get my factory base in order, to see where I was going to make it.
Okay. But that's fascinating that you became your own job creator.
Basically,
You created your own
I-
profession,
yeah.
I mean, for yourself. And there's capital involved, so you had to find money somehow.
well, I basically took out a lot of loans.
So your family believed in you.
Yeah, my wife was very supportive, very supportive. And at the time I had a young child, it was a risk, but it was a risk I wanted to take. It was either do it or,
It was an opportunity, you grabbed it and
I
it
saw
worked
an
out.
opportunity in the marketplace for what I wanted to do.
Yeah, yeah. Is there a story how you met your wife?
I met my wife in high school.
Oh my God, high school sweethearts?
Yes.
My
Yes.
goodness.
Yes.
Oh, that's
So-
fabulous.
Yeah. So I've
Fabulous.
been married a long time.
And how many kids?
Yeah, I have 2 kids.
They're probably grown up by now.
They're 31 and 27.
Okay, and are they runners?
My daughter is a runner, yes. She's a good runner.
Good runner.
Yes.
Great, great,
Yes.
great. She took after you.
I hope so.
Okay. Is she going to join the team? Or is she-
She's on the team. She's
Team.
been on the team. She's been on the
It's a
team for
family
like 4
affair.
years or 5 years.
Oh, wonderful.
I started running a few years after my daughter was born, and I started running like in 1988, 89.
Why did you start running?
Basically to get myself into shape.
Okay.
I felt like, I was in my late 30s, and I just felt like I wasn't, I didn't feel good
Okay.
physically.
Okay.
And running, I started running 1 mile, just 1 mile. And after I finished running that 1 mile, I said to myself, this feels pretty good.
This is outside.
This was outside on the boardwalk in Long Beach, Long Island.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and after that, I just started running casually, very casually.
And to the point that Witold saw you, eyed you.
More than 10 years to get to that point. I was a very casual runner, and I didn't run my first race until 1997. And my first race was the Long Island Half Marathon.
At some point, you started running marathons?
Yes, in 97,
And which one did you do?
New York.
And how did that go?
It went very well, actually. I did it in 3 hours and 41 minutes.
Not bad.
Not bad.
You
Not
were happy
bad.
with it.
I was very happy with it
This is training by yourself?
by myself.
Okay. Now, have you run the marathon again since you joined the team?
I've run 19 New York City marathons.
Wow. Most of it, some of it obviously was the team. Better times?
With the team, yes.
What was your best time then?
3 hours and 18 minutes for New York.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's 3 hours 18. So you still have visions of breaking 3? Is that
No.
that's
That's
too
over.
much of a
That's over. Now I want to keep going under. I want to try to go under 3:30
3:30? All
Yeah.
right. 3:18 is your PR, and that's good enough.
in New York. Yeah,
All right. 3:18 for New York is a good time.
I've done other marathons outside of New York, but
Okay.
and have done better than that. But New York is a tough one.
Oh, it is. It is. It is. What's your PR overall?
3:13. That was in Chicago.
Oh, that's also a city marathon.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you said you did a lot of running in the woods where it's very technical with rocks and whatever. So did you ever have trouble, twisting an ankle when you do that kind of running?
Yes, and falling down. One of the rites of passage when you're in Witold's runners is falling and tripping and falling in the woods. I mean, everybody's done it.
Okay.
I mean, I remember when I first joined the group, I would, every week I would come home with some sort of bruise and bump, and my wife would say to me, "Why are you on this team when you're getting killed?" I said, "I'm going to keep doing this."
Oh, okay. So have you done any trail running per se? A sort of race?
No,
No.
No.
You just train for it, but
no.
just in case of trail. I mean, there's so many at Van Cortlandt. I think
Yes,
they have a
and
few.
Witold does run it. He's run Van Cortlandt. As a matter of fact, he ran last year. But none of us really, we do enough running in the woods, I think. I don't think we need the trail.
All right. Because some people just love that kind of running.
Yeah.
They love the technical trail. They love, I guess when your ankles are that strong, you've
Yep.
got your strong feet. There's always new theory, not new theories, old theories coming back. For example, the foot strike. Especially if you're followed the barefoot running saga. Do you guys get into that? Oh, I think we should learn how to go from, most runners, 80% of runners are hill strikers. We should go and learn how to hit midfoot strike.
That's not part of the plan.
Okay, all right. So when you guys get together and talk about running, do you talk about, what other runners are doing? For example, go back to barefoot running. When McDougall's book came out, Born to Run, was that something you guys would talk about?
We talked about it casually. We never ever would have gone and practiced that.
Go to-
Not where we run.
Okay.
I don't
All
think
right.
we would run barefoot in the woods.
Well, do they have shoes that
Yeah,
simulate
the finger, 5-finger stuff.
Yeah, five fingers and the other shoes.
Yeah.
That,
But now that trend is being, that trend is waning of the
it
barefoot.
depends how you talk to. I love the principle of barefoot running because I hurt my knee and I couldn't run anymore
Right.
because I was the classic hill striker, and when my heel struck,
Yeah.
the vibrations went to my
Right.
knee. But this guy showed me, this coach from England, showed me on a treadmill took my shoes off. When you take your shoes off, your feet will tell you what to do, okay? Because you can no longer hill strike because it's really painful. So your feet will naturally go to either
Right.
the midfoot or the forefoot.
Forefoot.
He encouraged me to go forefoot. When I went forefoot, pain went away. So I'm always fascinated by, these various teams,
Right.
what do they hear about things? And you're hearing, barefoot running is on the way. As terms of born to run kind of thing, you're probably correct. But it has its
place.
place. And I'm living proof.
Oh.
For Alan, what are some of your future challenges that you have? Destination run that you're looking forward to?
I'm actually leaving this week and I'm traveling to Rome to do the Rome Marathon on Sunday.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you have a goal?
Yes, I have a goal.
You're not saying, well, good luck on that.
Thank you.
And then professionally, you got all these leather goods out there.
Yes.
What's professionally, what are you looking forward to? Hopefully leather will never go out of style.
That's my hope. And that the motorcycle jacket keeps going because everybody's wearing a motorcycle jacket. And that's what I do. I make motorcycle jackets.
Okay.
Hope
keep
the
it going
trend keeps
strong.
going.
Now, how the operation, did you bring in family or partners?
No,
I mean,
I have a partner. I have a
Okay.
business partner.
all right, good.
Yeah, and we've been, when I started the business, about a year later, we became partners, and we're basically
You
50-50.
think your kids will follow the business?
No.
They already said that.
No. They're already doing their own things.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Any final thoughts?
just keep running.
Keep running.